So today we are answering the question, what are the unique strengths, advantages of CSCL that can be utilized for assessment of active learning? Basically, why we want to use CSCL. At first, it's important to know that CSCL does not aim to replace face-to-face interaction, but rather enhances it by providing more resources for learning. In other words, it supplements regular collaboration of face-to-face in an online or computer-based environment. There are several advantages and disadvantages to this. Besides the obvious space and time advantage, why we might want to use CSCL is it provides a more equitable environment for collaboration. People who are less eager to communicate in person or quieter students have another format to participate in the discussion. Also, additionally, discourse of discussion becomes easier because details of discussion remain. One can backtrack, reread a message. It makes the collaboration more tangible because it exists in a medium. And as a result, it allows for more reflective thinking and students to participate more. Of course, the downside of this is that it becomes harder to have face-to-face nuances that are essential for collaboration. They no longer exist in this CSCL, and that's why you need face-to-face to supplement.
All right. Next, we're going to talk about the tools for assessing, particularly the technical tools, the programs. Assessing CSCL is difficult, and all the programs usually use like quantitative analysis, and the analyzing of the qualitative data is left to the teacher. And it's huge workload for the teacher or the researcher to manually analyze all the qualitative data, as in to read all the posts or blog articles of the students. So in conclusion, CSCL definitely brings learners flexibility in learning, but it doesn't bring educators stability in teaching.
Blue, and with another color. Oh, one way to help the assessment is to divide the things that the pupils say and write, and they do to party. Element which can be quantitatively measured, and then inside this you can divide the things in a social element, which is about emotions and saying hi to people and calling them by name, and then a cognitive element. What I suppose you all know what it is about. And then the teaching element, which is not only about the teachers doing, but also about how the pupils or students can take like a leader role and helping each other.
Okay, as aforementioned, qualitative review of content is quite time-consuming. However, if a teacher opts to not use any kind of programs to help with the assessment, they can choose different kind of tools that can help them with assessment, such as rubrics or grading rubrics, can help with things like discussion. So a big part of collaboration is discussion. And of course, many teachers want their students to be evaluated on their discussion, but there's questions of how do you evaluate discussion. But what you can do is you can apply scales to it. And when you apply scales, you can create yourself a rubric. Therefore, you can go from, like, for example, from 1 to 5. And if a student is highly participatory and they're on topic, then they can have a certain high level. And however, many times in courses, there's always some kind of final assessment or some kind of final exam. Therefore, how do you create a final exam or final assessment in online collaborative learning? Well, there are various ways that are different from traditional exams which are given by the teacher. Some of them can include participatory exams, where students actually participate in creating the exams and grading the answers from other students. And then also collaborative exams, where groups of students create questions for the exams and other groups will answer it and then they grade each other. Ultimately, in these two models, the teacher will give the final grade. Also, the students can do peer evaluations and also self-grading. So there's various ways in which the teacher can lessen their load in assessment.